Satnam, my name is Itahar Karan, and today I'm here to talk about juicy subject of greed, money, control, fame, and your value as a person from perspective of Guru Nanak and Eastern philosophy. We know already from religious perspective, right? Like Jesus said that, it is harder for a rich person to get to heaven than it is for a camel to go through the eye of a needle, right? We know that. So Jesus is clearly against richness and fame. But, but let's take a look at more recent Guru and what he said about that. What is it that you're doing when you are asking, when you try to be famous, when you try to make a lot of money? What is it that you are asking for? For example, are asking for fame, you're asking for recognition from others. When you're asking for money, you're asking for recognition of your status. So you have what you feel like you should deserve. So you're asking for recognition from others. And especially with fame, it's very clear, right? You think that you are only worthy when you are famous. You are only worthy musician when you are famous. You're only worthy businessman when you make a lot of money. You're only worthy whatever profession you do is when you make a lot of money. And also we look at it the opposite way. We only ascribe value to those who make a lot of money. Oh, they must be really good because they make a lot of money. Oh, this author must be really good because he makes a lot of money. Oh, this actor must be like really talented because he makes a lot of money. So what happens when you have this kind of perspective? You then feel that because you are not making money, you are not worthy in your job, or you don't have a value. And you keep downplaying yourself. You keep downplaying. You feel like, if this author is not super famous, then probably they're not very good, right? You don't see the value in itself, in what they're doing and what they're doing for you. You only see the generally ascribed value that we put on. And now, so that's very depressing then, right? When you find yourself in this situation, and especially children who are very much dependent on recognition from the adults are susceptible to that, right? They want to be famous, they want to make money because they know that this is somehow how they're going to get value in life. Because their psychology has not evolved yet, so they don't know their place in life. But we as adults, we should know by now what is our value. And we should be able to value ourselves and qualify ourselves without our external qualification. So then what happens, right? We take away our own power of give ourselves value and qualification, and we give it to the external factors. And then we work harder to get their recognition. We mold ourselves. We literally change our faces so that our beauty will be recognized by the others, not by who we truly are, just so we are recognized, just so we get the fame we are looking for. And then we get this fame, and it's like, it feels empty, just as it feels empty because it has no juice of life, because it wasn't your purpose. And many people do get very famous by completely molding themselves, becoming synthetic, literally, They say whatever is expected of them to say. They look the way it is expected of them to look. And if they don't naturally have the pre-described beauty, they will change it. But here Guru Nanak says a very interesting thing. He says, if you were to be the most famous person in the world, respected, admired by everyone, yet if you do not look kindly our way, that position nobody would want. If this is not your destiny, if this is not your purpose, if this is not your lesson, if this is not pleasing to the order of the whole universe, then you are going to have very hard time. You are going to suffer very hard, even with this position, even with having all of that money, all of that fame and reputation. The desire for fame and fortune, and even a desire to control others, is like a sugar rush for the ego, right? It really gives you high, but then at the same time it brings you down quickly, and you feel at the end kind of cranky, and you feel hungry still for more and not satisfied. When you are asking yourself for fame and reputation, that means that lots of people have to appreciate you. And that means that, and lots of people means the mediocrity of our civilization. And unfortunately, in the current time, the mediocrity of our culture is low, right? It's in the very low chakras and concerned with very low desires, mainly the sexual desires, and then desires for money and riches and ego. So that's pretty low. So you have to apply yourself to these very low qualities within human to reach that level of fame. So these people who have it, they are going straight for that mediocre attention. But what if in your purpose, in your goal, or in your written destiny, what it's in the eye of the creator for you is a level of genius that other people don't even understand, and you are here to bring them into this new understanding. That's why you're going to suffer, because you have to know what is in the goal for you in your destiny, and not just apply to the mediocrity of the people. And then Guru Nanak says, that position nobody would want. You would be worm that lives inside worms, that feeds on the worm. Oh my goodness. This is the lowest parasitic place you could be, right? When I think of, I'm going to mention Kardashians because they are representing that beautifully, right? I don't know if they're happy or not happy. That's not my issue. But what they're doing, they are selling their bodies and their sexual appeal for money, right? So they're applying themselves to the attention of the lowest in our culture. They're not creating beautiful verses. They're not creating and elevating musicals. They are just applying to the lowest desires of masses. And they live off that. So it's very similar. They're parasitic in nature because they live off that desire, that very low desire by the people. So here, Guru Nanak changes everything, and he wants you to bring attention to what is your true value, right? Value yourself for who you are right now at this moment. Ascribe the value right now. And try to see what is in the eye of the Creator for you. What kind of genius, what kind of unique expression is fitting for you. And first find it within yourself And once you find it within yourself, everybody else will start seeing it, right? This works very well in a practical sense. Like, let's say you have a boss, you work for someone, and it's like, truly understand the value of your work and what you're bringing forward to this company, to this person, to this culture where you are working in. And then you will be appreciated. Don't depend on their view of you. You have to value yourself. Especially if you are starting business, right? You have to see value of your own business itself and hold on to that, no matter what the outside people are saying. The value that you have, which is like the juice of life, the nutritional quality for your life, comes from the Creator. Nowhere else. No one else is going to give you value. Stop expecting value from others. So this is how Eastern philosophy is looking at the fame and fortune. The 7th pauri, if you repeat this over and over, is going to help you release some of the greed that is within you, some of that wanting for something more, that kind of that sugar that gives you high but it brings you down. And I'm saying value, but it could be more like virtue, or gifts or talents that you have, these little jewels that we have within ourselves. Our job is to discover them. Our job is to clarify them and make them shine, just like these jewels, right, that I was talking about in previous videos on Japji, is that our job is to polish them and make them bright and give off this new light on the world. So in order to find them, you need to be with yourself, tune in with the infinite, meditate deeply, and also use some kind of mantra to help you get into rhythm with the nature. And also, as Guru Nanak says, wake up early with the sunrise. It's a magical time where the communication between infinite and you is very clear. That ego is down. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, definitely give us a like. You can subscribe as well, or comment what kind of ideas this brought up for you. And new thing, I have a wonderful book club happening, so you can join us, where we will discuss wonderful books about spirituality, philosophy, that helps us look at life in a new way. If a person were to live through the 4 ages, or 10 times that, known across the 9 continents, followed by everyone, protected by a good name, with fame and reputation received from the entire world, yet if you do not look kindly our way, O Divine One, that position nobody would want. Such a one would be the worm that lives inside worms. Nanak, the virtueless and the virtuous are both created by the Divine, and what virtues they carry are given by thee. No one exists who can bestow virtues on you. Chechukchare arja hoda suni hoy, navakanda vijanye nalchale sapkoi, changana rakhaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrina aveita vatna pucheke, kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina sujai jetis gun koi kare. Chechukchare arja horda suni hoye, navakanda vijanye nalchale sabkoi, changana rakhaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrina aveita vatna pucheke, kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, Nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare. Jejuk chare arja hotta suni hoe, navakanda vijaniye nalchale sabkoi. Changana ora kaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrna aveita vatna pucheke. Kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare. Jejuk chare arja hoda suni hoe, navakanda vichaniye nalchale sabkoi. Changana ora kaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrna aveita vatna pucheke. Kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare. Jejuk chare arja hoda suni hoe, navakanda vijaniye nalchoy sabkoi. Changana ora kaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrena aveita vatna pucheke. Kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare. Jejuk chare arja hoda suni hoe, navakanda vijaniye nalchale sabkoi. Changana ora kaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrena aveita vatna pucheke. Kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare. Jejuk chare arja hoda suni hoe, navakanda vijaniye nalchale sabkoi. Changana ora kaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrena aveita vatna pucheke. Kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare. Jejuk chare arja hoda suni hoe, navakanda vijaniye nalchale sabkoi. Changana ora kaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrena aveita vatna pucheke. Kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare. Jejuk chare arja hoda suni hoe, navakanda vijaniye nalchale sabkoi. Changana ora kaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrena aveita vatna pucheke. Kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare. Jejuk chare arja hoda suni hoe, navakanda vijaniye nalchale sabkoi. Changana ora kaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrena aveita vatna pucheke. Kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare. Jejuk chare arja hoda suni hoe, navakanda vijaniye nalchale sabkoi. Changana ora kaye ke jaskir jagle, jetis nadrena aveita vatna pucheke. Kita andar kit kare dosi dos dare, nanak nirgun gun kare gun vatia gunde, teha koina suji jetis gun koi kare.